Luka Doncic has been incredible this season, per usual, because he's been a top 5 player in the world since his second NBA season. But this season in particular, it might be his best. Through 19 games, he's averaging 31.8 points per game, 8.5 rebounds per game, and 8.6 assists per game on 49.4, 39.5, 76 splits, and a 62.1 true shooting percentage. This is the most efficient season to date of his career. But for as great as he's been throughout his NBA career and even before the NBA, what he did in his most recent game against the Utah Jazz is truly mind-boggling. Because he created 50 points of offense in 19 minutes and 57 seconds. But quickly before we go any further, if you're new and like basketball, I'd really appreciate if you would like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball all the time, and liking and subscribing are the two best ways can help me out in the YouTube algorithm, help support the channel, and help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Anyways, let's talk about what this guy just did. Luka had 40 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, shot 14 for 25 from the field, 6 for 12 from 3, 6 for 8 from the line, and had a 70.1 true shooting percentage in his most recent game against the Utah Jazz. But that's not even the craziest part, because we've seen Luka put up numbers like this in the past, and that's not a knock against him. That just speaks to how great he is, that he can have 40-point triple-doubles on really good efficiency. And we're just like, yeah, that's what he does. What was crazy about this game in particular was the first half. In the first half, Luka had 29 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists on 10 for 17 from the field, 6 for 10 from 3, and 3 for 5 from the line in 19 minutes and 57 seconds. His 10 assists accounted for 21 points. I was not being hyperbolic when I said that Luka created 50 points of offense in under 20 minutes. And it doesn't stop there. Luka created 50 points of offense in the first half. The Jazz as a team scored 51 points in the first half. Luka also was the first player in NBA history to have a 25 plus point triple-double in a single half. And had the Jazz been more competitive in this game, which would have forced Luka to play more than 12 minutes in the second half, here's the numbers Luka would have been on pace to put up based off his minute per game average this season. 52 points, 18 rebounds, and 18 assists. That's how absurd his first half was. But how did he do it? Lively's going to set the screen and then roll to the basket. Luka's going to hesitate, and then he's going to notice that basically everyone in this play is focused on him, and he can get an easy lob if he just throws it to where only Lively can get it. Another P&O situation with Lively. He draws the help defense the moment the screen is set. Because of how much scoring gravity Luka has, it leaves Lively open and the defender in no man's land, making the lob pretty easy. Lively is going to roll to the basket off the screen, but instead of driving like he usually would in the P&O, Luka goes into his step back, creating enough space between himself and his primary defender to make Lively's defender attempt to close out, because Luka has been a good 3-point shooter this season and is also pretty open. Luka notices this as he goes into his shooting pocket, and in mid-air he throws the pass to Lively in the paint for an easy dunk. This is an example of Luka using his rebounding and ability to thrive in chaos. As he gets the offensive rebound, the Jazz are in a scramble drill, leading to an easy finish for Kyrie. This is just a great example of Luka using a no-look for manipulation. Like I always say, players don't just use no-looks as a way to be flashy and do it for the highlights and the cameras. It's a legit tool that warps defenses, makes them move in a direction that is away from the advantage that players trying to create, and Luka is just incredible at this, and he's been incredible at this since he's entered the NBA. And this is just another example of the defenses focusing on him because he's that much of an offensive threat, and getting one of the best wing lob threats in basketball in Derrick Jones Jr. a look at the rim. And as a scorer, Luka really just did whatever he wanted to. The same way he leveraged his scoring gravity to create advantages as a passer, he leveraged his passing gravity to create advantages as a scorer. When you're as elite as Luka is in both regards, in terms of passing and scoring, and he knows that better than anyone else, it makes the game a lot easier for him. And it borderline makes him impossible to guard. What impressed me most when watching him, and also looking at the numbers, is how efficient he was. 10 for 17 from the field, 6 for 10 from 3, and this was mostly off of buckets. This was not him getting to the line a lot. He only had 5 free throw attempts and only hit 3 of them. So he could have had 31 points, but again, that doesn't really matter considering he created 50 points of offense in under 20 minutes. But just watching him score, it really feels like he's truly figured it out. It's not like he hadn't figured it out before, but the level he's been scoring at this season is the best it's been in his career, which again says something considering how great of a scorer he's been. But in the first half in particular, he was just toying with them, and they couldn't do anything about it. He was creating an advantage one way or another, and the degree of difficulty on his shots, the amount of focus they had on him as a scorer, and also them having to worry about his passing, it just led to the Jazz just not having a chance to really compete, and Luka almost single-handedly beat them in the first half alone. Again, he created 50 points of offense in the first half. The Jazz had 51 points in the first half. And that just really speaks to how special he is. And I can't overstate how generational of a talent you have to be in order to do what Luka did in that first half. Luka Doncic is one of the most incredible basketball players I've ever seen. He's the only prospect I've evaluated since I started covering the draft in 2016 that I believe could average at least 10 points per game in the NBA as a 17-year-old. He won MVP in the second best basketball league in the world at 18. His feel for the game is unmatched. I've never seen a player be as smart as he is and age as young as he was when I started evaluating him. His skill and craft have been beyond his years since before he even turned 18. We probably will never see anything like him again. He's already a Hall of Famer if he retired today, based off what he did in EuroLeague and the fact that he's been incredible in the NBA. One of the best starts we've ever seen from an individual player in NBA history. Through 5 years, 4 All-Star appearances, and 4 first-team All-NBA selections is absolutely ridiculous. He's a walking triple-double. He's an elite scorer. He's one of the best playmakers we've ever seen. He's going to go down as one of the best offensive players in the history of the sport. He's been a superstar since he was 20 years old. And what he did in this game just adds to a laundry list of impossible feats in his NBA career. 50 points scored or assisted on in under 20 minutes shouldn't be possible. But you know what? 60 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists shouldn't have been possible. 43 points, 17 rebounds, 13 assists against the best defensive wing duo in the sport at 21 years old in his first ever playoff series shouldn't have been possible. Scoring as many points in the first half as the 64-win 1 seed in Game 7 shouldn't have been possible. So I guess it's best to not question this dude. He's one of the best players in the NBA. I think that's very obvious. He's no lower than the 4th best player in the world, and it's neck and neck between him and Steph Curry for that number 3 spot behind Jokic and Giannis. He's still only 24 years old, just entering his prime, and if 50 points created in under 20 minutes is what he's doing at 24, I can only imagine what he's going to be doing at 27 to 28 years old. There are going to be some records that he breaks that you may feel like aren't records that can be broken, and I can't wait to see how how the rest of his Hall of Fame career pans out. But that's the end of this video. If you made it to this point, thank you so much. Again, haven't already, like, subscribe, hit notification bell, notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball all the time, and liking and subscribing are the two best ways can help me out in the YouTube algorithm, help support the channel, and help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video so YouTube will recommend it to others. Let me know what you think about Luka Doncic. How good do you think he is? How impressed are you by what he did in the first half of his most recent game? I'd love to hear all of that down below in the comments. But with that being said, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.